Hi everyone, in this video I will show you how to build an amazing AI powered automation that creates cute baby podcast videos using n8n workflows, OpenAI, ElevenLabs and Hedra. This workflow takes user input about baby characteristics and podcast topic, generates a custom baby image, creates podcast style audio narration, combines them into a talking video and automatically upload it to YouTube. Check out the links in the description if you would like to get all the resources used to build this workflow. Let me show you the complete workflow we will be walking through today. As you can see, it starts with a form trigger where users select ethnicity, baby hair type and podcast topic. Then we have two parallel branches. One generates a baby image using OpenAI's image generation, while the other creates podcast style audio using OpenAI text generation and ElevenLabs text to speech. Both assets are uploaded to Hedra, which combines them into a talking video. Finally, the video gets downloaded, uploaded to Google Drive and then published to your YouTube channel. Download the n8n template I provided in the description before you start building the automation. I will show you how to import the downloaded template. First, log into your n8n account. Once you are in the n8n canvas, click on this plus sign and select workflow option. Click on these three dots and select import from file option. Navigate to the directory where you saved the template file. Select the template file and click on the open button. You can see the workflow has been imported. Also create a folder in your Google Drive with the name baby podcasts to store the videos. Here is my folder and here are some files which are older. Let us begin with the form trigger node. The form trigger node creates a web form that users can fill out to start the workflow. In the form title field, we have baby podcast creation, which appears at the top of the form. The form description field also shows baby podcast creation to give users context about what the form does. In the form elements section, we have three required fields configured. The first field is ethnicity. It is set as a drop-down type with options for American and European. You can also add more options by clicking on this add field option here. The required field toggle is turned on. The second field is baby hair, also configured as drop-down with the three options. One is curly, the other one is straight, and third one is bald. This one is also a required field. The third field is podcast topic, set as text input field with placeholder text showing examples like sports, movies, health and fitness. This field captures what the podcast will discuss. This is also a required field. I will show you how the form looks like and we will submit a sample form. Click on execute step here. The form has popped up. For ethnicity, let us select American. For baby hair, let us select curly. And for podcast topic, we chose cricket. Then click on this submit button. Here it says form submitted. We can see the form values here in the node output section. I have organized the workflow into different sections. For clarity, here you can see 4 sections. One is prepare image and upload. Other one is prepare audio and upload. Then we have the generate video section. And finally we have the upload video section. Now let us go through this image generation section. First we have the OpenAI node. This node generates a detailed prompt for creating the baby image. In the credential to connect with field, you need to enter your OpenAI credentials. If you have not created credentials yet, refer to the video link in the description. In resource field, we are using text, and in the operation field, we are using message model. In the model field, we have GPT 4.1 selected for generating the image prompt. If you want to use a different model, you can click on this drop-down box and select any model of your choice. In the message section, we have one message configured. The content field contains a detailed prompt that dynamically pulls from the form data using variables like ethnicity, baby hair. Click on this corner to make it full window. Here you can see the complete prompt. This will create a prompt for generating a high resolution vertical photo of a baby with characteristics based on the form values. In the role field, we have selected user. The simplify option is turned on. We can know more about this option by clicking on this question mark. It says whenever we turn this on, the response we receive will be a simplified version instead of the raw data. The JSON output toggle is turned on, so we get structured output from OpenAI in JSON format. This HTTP request node calls OpenAI's image generation API directly. In the method field, we have post selected since we are sending data to create the image. The URL field contains OpenAI's image generation endpoint. Let us look at the OpenAI documentation for this API. Log into your OpenAI account. Here I am in my OpenAI account. Then click on this API reference link. Scroll down and select this images link under platform APIs. Then select this create image link. Here you can see the complete details on the API, and here is the example request showing you how to make the call. Here it says we need to use the post request, and then this is the URL for the API endpoint. Here we are using the same endpoint. We also need to pass headers with your API key. Here it says we need to provide the bearer word and then followed by your API key in the authorization header. If we use this headers parameter, the API key will be visible in this node. Hence we are using generic credential type authentication and passing the API key securely so that it is hidden. I will show you how to create secure credentials using this method. Select generic auth type as header auth, and then in the header auth field, click on this drop down box, then click on this create new credential option. Type in authorization in this name field and then type in bearer word followed by a space and then paste your OpenAI API key here. Then click on this save button here. You'll get a message saying credential successfully created. Here send body toggle is enabled. In body content type, we have specified JSON, and in the specify body, we have selected using fields below, and here we are providing the fields and their values. We have 3 parameters configured here. The model parameter is set to GPT image 1 for the OpenAI's image model. In the API details, you can see the available models. This is the one that we are using, GPT-image-1. In the prompt parameter, we are using a dynamic variable that pulls the generated prompt from the previous OpenAI node, and the size parameter is set to 1024 by 1536 for vertical orientation suitable for mobile viewing. This node returns the image in base 64 data, hence we are using the convert to file node to transform the base 64 image data into a binary file that can be uploaded. In the operation field, we have selected move base 64 string to file. Then here the input field is set to this value which extracts the base 64 encoded image data from OpenAI's API response, and it puts the output in the field called data. Now it's the time to talk about Hedra. Hedra is a web-based platform and API that allows you to create AI-generated videos with talking avatars. These avatars can speak your script using realistic AI voice synthesis, and they are lip-synced based on the provided audio or text. Type in Hedra in Google search bar and select the link that says hedra.com. You need to have a paid subscription plan in order to use their API. Click on this sign up button and select your preferred method to create an account. Here I am logged into my Hedra account. Here we can see their pricing plan. You can sign up for this $10 per month subscription to try it out. You'll also need to create an API key. Click on your profile, then click on the link here that says API to create your API key. Make sure you are not creating this legacy API key. This may not work for our example. And here we can find their API documentation. This is the API details page. Click on this character 3 option. Here you have a list of available APIs. It will give the API name here, and then here it will give all the details about the API, and here we'll have an example on how to call that API. The way Hedra works is that before we can generate our final video, we need to upload all the necessary assets like the image and the sound to Hedra website using their APIs. First, we are going to create the image asset, add image metadata to it, and then upload the image along with its metadata. This HTTP request node creates an image asset in Hedra's system. In the method field, we are using post, and in the URL field, we have specified the API endpoint for creating an asset. Let us look at the API documentation for creating the image asset. Here is the create asset API. Here we have the details about the API, and here is the example on how to call the API. The request is post, that's what we are using, and this is the URL of the API endpoint. Here we are using the same endpoint. Authentication is set to generic credential type using HTTP custom auth. You need to configure your Hedra API credentials here. The process is similar to what I have shown earlier with OpenAI image API. Send body is enabled with JSON format. The JSON body contains two fields, name set to baby podcaster image and the type set to image. This tells Hedra we want to create an image asset. The merge node combines the binary image data from the convert to file node with the Hedra asset metadata from the previous HTTP request. Here we have specified number of inputs is 2. The code node processes this merged data to structure it properly for the upload step. It finds the item with binary data and the item with metadata, then combines them into a single object with asset ID, the type and the name and the binary data under the correct structure that Hedra expects. This HTTP request node uploads the actual image file to Hedra using the asset ID we received. The method is post and the URL has this dynamic variable that pulls the asset ID, and this is the Hedra upload API endpoint. We can view full details of this API by clicking on this upload asset link. Here we can find all the details of the API and an example here on how to call that API. Authentication uses the same Hedra credentials as before. Send body is enabled with content type set to form data since we are uploading a file. In body parameters, we have one parameter of type n8n binary file with the name as file, and we have input data field name set to data. This tells n8n to send the binary image data as a file upload. Next, let us look at the audio generation section. This OpenAI node generates the podcast script text. The model is set to GPT 4.1 for text generation. In the messages section, we wrote a prompt that generates a Joe Rogan style monologue based on the podcast topic from the form. Click on this corner to make it full window. This is the full prompt. We specifically request exactly 500 characters of content formatted as JSON object named podcast. The JSON output is enabled to get structured results that we can easily parse. This HTTP request node converts the generated text to speech using ElevenLabs API. I made a separate video on how to use ElevenLabs with n8n. You can refer to the video link in the description. In method field, we are using post and the URL points to a specific voice ID in the ElevenLabs text to speech endpoint. You can click on this corner to make it full window to see the complete URL. This is the voice ID. Let us have a look at the API documentation on ElevenLabs website. Here I am logged into my ElevenLabs account. Click on your profile here, then go to docs and resources and select documentation link. Make sure you are on the API reference tab here. Then select text to speech option here. Then click on this create speech link. Here you can see complete details on this API, and here is an example on how to call the API. Authentication uses generic credential type with HTTP custom auth for your ElevenLabs API credentials. Send headers is enabled with content type field set to application/JSON value. The send body parameter is toggled on, and we are using the JSON format here. The JSON body contains a dynamic variable that pulls the generated podcast content from the previous OpenAI node. Similar to image asset node, this HTTP request creates an audio asset in Hedra. The method is post with the same assets endpoint that we saw earlier for the image asset. In the authentication, we are using the same Hedra credentials. We have enabled the send body parameter and we are using JSON format for the body. In the body, we have specified the name as baby podcaster audio and the type as audio. This tells Hedra that we are creating an audio asset. This code node sets the file name for the audio file. We are setting the file name to text to speech.mp3. This is important because Hedra's upload API requires proper file metadata, including the file name, to correctly process the audio file. The merge and code nodes work similarly to their image counterparts. Merge node combines the audio binary data with Hedra asset metadata, and code node structures this data properly for the next upload step. The upload audio to Hedra node follows the same pattern as the image upload, using the multi-part form data to send the audio file to Hedra's upload endpoint. This merge node combines the response data from both image upload and audio upload operations, giving us access to both asset IDs and URLs. Next, we have this generate video section. This code node extracts the specific asset IDs and URLs for both image and audio from the merged data. It loops through the items, identifies which is the image asset and which is the audio asset based on the type field, then outputs a clean structure with image asset ID, audio asset ID, image URL and audio URL. This HTTP request node submits the video generation job to Hedra. In the method field, we are using post, and this is the URL for the video generation API endpoint. Let us look at Hedra's website for this API documentation. Here, click on this generate asset link. We can find all the details about this API, and here is an example on how to call it. We have enabled the send body parameter. In the body content type, we are using JSON, and in the specify body field, we mentioned using JSON, and here the JSON body specifies several key parameters. Click on this corner to make it full window. The type is set to video. AI model ID references Hedra's video generation model. Start keyframe ID uses our uploaded image asset, and audio ID uses our uploaded audio asset ID. The generated video inputs section includes a text prompt describing the desired video behavior, a baby podcast host seated in front of a microphone. The resolution is set to 720p and aspect ratio set to 9:16 for vertical mobile format. The wait node pauses execution for 5 minutes to allow Hedra sufficient time to process the video generation. Video generation is computationally intensive and requires this waiting period. This HTTP request node retrieves the details of the video generation job. Again, we can look at the API documentation on Hedra. Click on the list assets link here. Here it shows all the details of this API. Let us click this Ask AI button to get further explanation about the API. You can see it is generating more details about this API. The URL uses a dynamic variable to get the asset ID from the video creation API response. When the video is complete, this endpoint returns the download URL. Another brief wait node provides additional time to ensure the video URL is fully available before attempting to download. This code node processes the video generation response to extract the final download URL. It filters through the response data to find items that have a download URL, sorts them by creation time to get the most recent, and returns just the URL we need for downloading. Without this code node, it will give you all the videos generated under that specific video asset ID. The final section handles downloading and uploading the generated video to YouTube. This HTTP request node downloads the completed video file from Hedra's provided URL. In method field, we are using get, and this URL comes from the previous code node. In the options, we have specified the response format is file and the output will be put in the data field. The Google Drive node uploads the video to a specific folder for storage. Here in Credential to connect with, you will enter your Google credentials. If you did not already create the credential, you can refer to the link in the video description. In the resource field, we are using file, and in the operation field, we are using upload. Input data field name is data. The parent drive, we are using my drive, and the parent folder, we are using baby podcast folder, which I shown you earlier. You can click on this drop down box to get the list of the folder names from your my drive. This Google Drive node downloads the file that was just uploaded. The operation is set to download, and file ID uses the ID returned from the previous upload step. This ensures we have the video in the correct format for the final YouTube upload. The final YouTube node publishes the video to YouTube. Here in the credential to connect with, you will enter your YouTube channel credentials. If you did not already create the credential, you can refer to the link in the video description. The resource is set to video and the operation is set to upload. The title is set to baby talking podcast. Region code is set to US, and we have provided the category name here. In options, we have added a privacy status option, and we have mentioned the status to be set as private, so videos are not immediately published, allowing you to review them before making them public. Now that we have configured the entire workflow, it is ready for testing. Remember to save your workflow frequently by clicking the save button here, as it is not automatically saved. Click the execute workflow button to run the workflow. Let us enter the form values here. Ethnicity is American, baby hair is curly, podcast topic is cricket. Then click this submit button. It says the form is submitted. We can see now it is running this prepare image and upload section. It is generating the image now. Here it is waiting for the video generation to be completed. The workflow will execute each step in sequence, generating the baby image, creating the audio narration, combining them into a talking video, and finally uploading to YouTube. It is uploading to YouTube channel now. It says the workflow executed successfully. It should have uploaded the video to my YouTube channel. Let us check my YouTube channel. Before that, we can also see the file has been created in the Google Drive. Here we can see the video is uploaded into my YouTube channel and the visibility is set to private. Let us play the video and see how it came up.
Cricket is wild, man. It's like chess had a baby with baseball, but the baby's hopped up on patience and precision. Imagine facing a ball hurled at you at 90 miles an hour with a paddle and wearing all this gear. It's gladiator stuff, but polite. Makes me think, why do some cultures worship endurance over brute force? What if aliens watched cricket first? Would they think humanity is about meditative focus? It's not just a game, it's a philosophical...
And that's it. Your automated baby podcast system is ready. If you need help building automated lead generations, setting up cold email machines for your marketing campaigns, please reach out to me. If you found this video useful, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me know in the comment section if there is any specific topic you want to be covered. Bye until next video.